is for the ones who care.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching 90 More. Back again with breaking news for that ass. Make sure you subscribe if you're new and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. But for now, let's get down to business. I've gone and bought myself a bunch of papers. In this video, we're going to be going through the headlines and talking about the biggest stories that are doing the rounds. Let's start with Paul Pogba. Good day and goodbye, say the Mirror Sport. Paul Pogba jetting off on Manchester United's pre-season tour despite telling the club that he's determined to leave Old Trafford. And there are reports out there that Juventus are preparing a £120 million bid for Manchester United's 26-year-old French midfielder, World Cup winner, remember, who has been at Manchester United for 3 years. And if we think back to when him and Romelu Lukaku first joined the club, it was an exciting time to be a Manchester United fan. Certainly Adidas went all in with the new £89 million man. And it's not just Paul Pogba who wants to move. Apparently Romelu Lukaku is after a £75 million move to Inter Milan, but Inter are struggling to get together the cash. Apparently Pogba had messaged other Manchester United players saying that he wasn't going on the tour. However, he has kept his commitment to the club and has flown out with the rest of the 28-man squad that fly to Perth on a 2.5-week trip to Australia and the Far East. They've got 6 games to play. They're going about 20,000 miles on the plane. And they will actually be playing against Inter Milan, I believe, in China. Be interesting to see if the Romelu Lukaku deal does get pushed over the line, or whether indeed Paul Pogba himself does move. United looking to cash in 130 to 150 million pounds on the player. Obviously, there's still about a month to go in the window, but it does look like United are open to selling Pogba. And his agent, Mino Raiola, has gone on record as saying he's had enough at Manchester United and he's ready to either join Juventus, PSG or Real Madrid, all of which are interested in signing the Frenchman. Here's the Daily Express saying, Star joins United tour but still wants away. Paul Pogba jetted off on United's pre-season tour despite telling the club he's determined to take flight from Old Trafford. United's club record £89 million signing has become disillusioned at Old Trafford and wants a new challenge, with Real Madrid and his former club Juventus keen to sign him. And so we move to Rafa Benitez, the former Newcastle United manager now in charge of Chinese Super League side Dalian Yifang, and he got his first 3 points of the weekend, helped in part by Arsenal target Yannick Carrasco, who scored a penalty and helped his side into 10th place out of the 16 teams in the league. Let's have a listen to what Rafa Benitez said in his first press conference as manager.
It's a challenge that came to me in the right time, at the right time, the right moment. So I received offers in the past from teams in China, but it was not the right time. Now you could see that it was a project. You can see a massive project here.
It's very interesting to hear Rafa Benitez talking about this because obviously it is all about the timing here. Newcastle United in limbo. We don't really know what's going on with Mike Ashley. They were talking about he was going to sell the club a minute ago. Has everyone been had on again? It's just been one of those situations where Rafa's had to think about it. He's given Mike the chance to invest in the club properly or to back him properly and take Newcastle to the next level, and that's clearly not happening. This is a lucrative offer from the Chinese Super League side, who are keen to build the league, the club and Chinese football in general and take it on to that next level. And Rafa will be very happy to see that project beginning to take shape already, because only 1 week after moving to China, they have made their first signing with him as manager. Dalian Yifang announcing a £15 million signing of Roma's Stefan El Shawari. Quite sensational signing to me. He will be on roughly £18 million a year wages. Sensational money, and something that I'm sure he just couldn't turn down. 26 years old. He has been on the scene for quite some time now, and this will give him 2 or 3 years to really cash in, I guess, before he finds out that he's got no friends out there, no one speaks his language, and he wants to come home. You would have thought that he would have spoken to someone like Yannick Carrasco about going. Obviously Yannick in a certain situation right now, but he did score yesterday, And the Chinese Super League continues to build itself into something which we are beginning to take notice of. There are some top quality players in and amongst the league, and the league wasn't done there with another sensational announcement this morning as well in Marco Arnautovic, £23 million to Shanghai SIPG. He will be joining up with the likes of Hulk and Oscar. The Shanghai SIPG are really building a sensational side with top quality players who are beginning to be nationalised as well. If I understand correctly, the club and the country in general are very keen to naturalise as many top quality players as they can get their hands on so that they can improve the national side. Next up, newly promoted side Aston Villa have splashed the cash. A £20 million initial fee for Bournemouth defender Tyrone Mings could rise to £26 million. He is 26 years old, and the fee does seem a little bit excessive to me, but clubs do know that Villa, newly promoted, are going to be in the market looking for deals, especially after gaining promotion. And I think this fee has actually risen from £15 million. With Bournemouth playing hardball, it's gone up to about £20 million plus add-ons. And instead of haggling over the £5-6 million, they would rather get the player in and get on with pre-season. It's quite possible that he could establish himself as a regular starting centre-back in the league. He has helped Villa to promotion. It could be an inspired bit of business, this. He is very quick. He's dominant in the air. He shows a lot of presence. He's got good range of passing. He's still learning, and under the tutelage of the likes of John Terry, he could certainly still improve. Villa have also been linked to Stoke's Jack Butland, but apparently Stoke want £27 million for him, so that may well not happen anytime soon. I wouldn't be surprised to see Butland move, though. He's too quality to be with Stoke anymore. He's got to move on if he really wants to push his career forward and get back into the international setup, because he was almost solidified in there at one stage. I've been running a giveaway over on Twitter for the new Arsenal home shirt in collaboration with the guys at footy.com, who have kindly donated an Arsenal shirt for one of you guys to win. And the winner is, going to get a drum roll please, Baskill Season, the Saucy Clarsnell. Congratulations. I'm going to give you a follow now. I will DM you about addresses and all that, and we'll get it sent out to you, or they'll get it sent out to you ASAP. Let me know when you do get it, send me a picture or whatnot just to confirm, but congratulations to our winner, Leon Baskill. Beautiful scenes. Okay, moving on, we've got Tanguy and Ndombele, who says that he turned down PSG, Liverpool, Manchester United and Juventus in favour of playing under Mauricio Pochettino. He's still very young, this guy, 21, 22 years old, and his rise has been incredibly rapid. He was actually playing in the French 5th Division for Amiens just 3 years ago, and he admits that he's driven by the fear of his career coming to a sudden stop. He has been compared to Michael Essien, N'Golo Kante, Paul Pogba, but I think he really is his own man, and certainly is an upgrade on the midfield options that Tottenham had. Quite surprising that PSG didn't really go all out to get this guy, because he is from Paris, and I'm sure he would have loved to go there. But he's saying he's very excited to be not only improving his English, but moving to a new country, living in London. It's an exciting time to be at a club who've just built a new stadium and have made leaps and bounds with this Champions League final. I know it's the rivals, but I really am actually looking forward to seeing what he brings to the league. Quickly touch on the Women's World Cup. United States of America with a 2-0 win. Megan Rapinoe, the 34-year-old, with the first ever World Cup final penalty, and also became the Golden Ball and Golden Boot winner. Incredible tournament for them and her. Their 4th title, which shows how dominant they have been, but a young Dutch side with plenty of potential and scope to grow in the future. It's been an interesting tournament, which I've kind of watched here and there. Viewing figures up, interest is up. I'm sure that sponsorship and investment in women's football is at an all-time high. So it's been great for the game. The future's bright. I really do hope that the interest doesn't wane as soon as this tournament's over, and that people do still keep talking about the top women's players and teams. And the Women's Premier League should be very interesting as well. I think you'll get a lot more people watching it if they are given the option. In my opinion, it's a great victory for America. I lived in America for nearly 6 years in New York, and the women are bigger stars out there and better paid than the men. And rightly so. They've achieved an incredible amount and will go down as one of the greatest footballing sides in history of the sport, I guess, if we're looking at it as an even playing field. But this equal pay thing that we're talking about, I'm not sure about. Sport should be a meritocracy, and men don't get equal pay, so I'm not sure how far away we are from seeing the actual top women getting the same as the top men. But in terms of what's happening in America, it's great for growth. The consistency has been sensational. They have confirmed themselves as the greatest women's side of all time, and this is the best version of that side I think we've ever seen. The Dutch have the potential to be there soon, in the near future. They certainly were the best challenge that I've seen the Americans get. Forget the English. Even though the English felt hard done by, they did end up losing their third place qualifier against Sweden, who really seemed to want it a lot more. And Phil Neville complaining about handballs, it sounds a little bit salty. Alex Morgan getting a lot of stick for a teacup sipping celebration, but in all honesty, I really felt like it was iconic. It will go down in history as one of the greatest celebrations of all time. It really had deeper meaning behind it, and it's a slap back, a clap back, if you will, for all the American fans who deal on a day-to-day basis with English people, especially laughing them out of the room and mocking them for calling it soccer. And last but not least, Brazil won their 9th Copa America last night against Peru with a 3-1 victory. Gabriel Jesus setting one up, scoring one. Beautiful finish and a through ball of dreams, by the way. And also getting a red card and ending in tears. However, Lionel Messi, though, stealing the headlines, complaining that the tournament was rigged and the refereeing decisions were being weighted so that Brazil could win. They've ended up winning convincingly 3-1. Against a Peru side who was so good at the World Cup and had some of the most incredibly energetic and loud vocal fans in Russia, that I was kind of backing them throughout this tournament. He's actually refused to go up and collect his medal, and they have basically said that they don't want to be part of the corruption. I'm not going to lie, it smells a little bit like sour grapes. He does keep falling at the final hurdle, and success on the international stage has not been as easy to acquire as it has been at Barcelona. You certainly get the feeling that time is running out for Messi. Okay, that's about it for this time. If you're enjoying the videos, make sure you subscribe if you do, and drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. For now, though, my name's been hughwizzy, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.